Hey guys, make sure you check us out. We are now on Instagram, instagram.com/BC412. Check us out. We're going to give you sneak peeks to a lot of gear, deal alerts, all that kind of stuff. Plus just a regular look into my life, what I'm doing on a daily basis, aside from just seeing a lot of the gear reviews that you see. So, without further ado, the Thorfire S70. This is a really interesting light, and they sent it to me for review, and I want to talk quite a bit about this. This is going to be a long one, guys, because there's actually a really lot to talk about this light. And this is a light that has kind of a mixed reputation. There are people out there who absolutely love it, and there's people out there who say it's a piece of junk. And I want to dispel a couple of myths and explain why a lot of the bad reviews out there exist. So, simple enough, this is a 4-mode light that has a, of course, low, medium, high turbo, and also has a hidden strobe and SOS. It's controlled with a tail switch and a side switch. You just turn on your tail switch and your side switch to slip through modes, and can use either 18650 or 26650 batteries, and does have a sleeve to hold the 18650s in place. One thing I did note, this thing did not use some of the longer NCR 18650Bs by Panasonic. It wouldn't run with them, so you are going to need some of the shorter batteries. It will run with unprotected and most protected, but some of the real long ones are a bit of an issue for it. Right now I have two 26650s in there that are 5,000 milliamp hour a piece. Awesome. So what makes this light special? It's got all the usual stuff: aluminum, aircraft grade aluminum, anodizing, IPX8 waterproof, yada yada yada, all that normal stuff. 3,000 lumens, huge amount of lumens, good run times. Why is this light different? It's different because of the LED. This flashlight uses the Cree XHP70 LED. And you can see, when you look at this and you look at a different flashlight, you notice that the yellow part of the LED, the dye, there's actually 4 of them, and they're separated by a cross. Why is that? Well, the XHP70 is a different type of LED than what we're used to. We are very much used to the XML2s, XPG2s, XPG3s, all that stuff, now the XPLs and all that, and they're a single dye. There's just one piece of yellow. This has 4. Now, what are the benefits to that? Well, first of all, it runs at a higher voltage. These run at 6 volts compared to your regular LED that runs around like 3. So you're going to have a configuration that uses 2 batteries, which is one thing. And number 2, it's much more efficient. You can actually get, I think it's about 40% more out of this than you can with the single dye LEDs, which is awesome. So, this is what makes you able to get a genuine 3,000 lumens out of this flashlight. Now, a lot of the competition will advertise that, but they just can't make it there. It's not real. The lumens aren't real. It's just made up. This actually does 3,000 plus lumens. The downfall: you're going to need good batteries. One of the biggest problems I see, and one of the biggest areas I see in reviews, is people saying that this light doesn't work right. Well, when you hook a multimeter up to this, this actually draws around 7 amps. Your average battery can't handle that. You need high-end batteries for this flashlight, or it just won't be able to draw enough for high power mode. Even on the lower modes, if you're buying crap, Ultra Fires or whatever, that are counterfeits and fakes and, all that stuff, this flashlight just isn't going to work right. So, you do need that. You do need a good charger. You need good batteries. And the other thing I see is a lot of people have issues with is the retaining ring inside the head and inside the tail cap come loose. These things are on boats, guys. They're on boats. They're on planes. They're on cars, trucks. They're on the UPS truck coming to your door. That's a lot of vibration. Those retaining rings can wiggle loose after those thousands and thousands of miles. You probably will have to tighten them up when you get it, and you may also have to clean the contact points on the springs with a little rubbing alcohol. These things are coming a long way, dusty, dirty, nasty. You may have to do a little work ahead of time, which it's not much, and you're going to have to do that. It's regular maintenance with a flashlight anyway, so don't complain, oh, I never have to do that on my stream light. No, you do. You just may not do it, but it is something you should do. Some other pluses, this comes with a really nice hookup system for a carry strap. You can actually remove the tactical ring on the end without leaving exposed threading or it just looking dumb. Orange peel reflector, nice glass lens. Side switch is lighted. We'll get to that in a second. I want to show you the accessories real quick. Comes with a nylon webbing strap that you can hook up to these little split rings that I put in. Comes with spare O-rings and caps and a spare lens. If you drop that sucker, crack it, you already got a good one. So we're going to go over the operation. Of course, you're just turning it on from the tail click. You can see that lights up green when your battery is good, and you can switch between your 4 modes. And if you click them too quick, it will go to strobe. Double click brings you to strobe. Long hold brings you to SOS. So you can see that it's insanely bright even on the low. Bring this up to high, it just completely washes everything out. Like I said, this is a genuine 3000 lumens. We're going to turn that off for a second. So simple operation, very easy to use. We are going to pull off the tail cap real quick just to show you those rings and also just to show you the general idea of the quality of this thing. You know, for the amount of money they charge for this is actually really good. So you can see in here, there's a small retaining ring and you can see the little divots where you can tighten it up with a pair of tweezers or pliers. Those do come loose. Just from regular vibration, you may have to tighten them up from time to time. There's one here in the tail cap, there's one at the head. You can take off the main tube and that will take care of that. But look at that. That is a really nice thick coated brass spring. This thing draws 7 amps. It's got to be able to take it. Everything in here is very nice, very stout, well built. Anodized threads at the back. You can see the threads came very nicely lubed. They're very well cut and very well done. I got the batteries in there, of course. What that allows you to do when the threads are anodized is to lock out the light. Of course, everything's O-ring sealed as well. So basically, once we get this back on here, you have it on. You can actually turn it off, turn this tail cap just a hair, and the light will stay off. You make a little flash there because it's making a little bit of contact at the height of the switch, but now it's locked out. So if you accidentally hit the button, it's not going to turn on you. Tighten it back up, bam, your light works again. That is a very nice feature, especially when you're traveling, backpacking, things like that. Maybe this is in your backpack all day, you don't want it turning on, there you go. Now the XHP, this light does have a step down after 3 minutes on turbo, and that's part of the heat management. 3000 lumens generates a lot of heat. You know, the XHP70 is a very good LED when it comes to heat and running hot, but it still needs a step down. So this thing will step down after 3 minutes on turbo. But that's one of the things too, if you put this in your backpack, you turn it on, there is a step down so you don't have to worry about it completely draining. So we're going to bring this thing to the window now. We're going to shut off our lights. And we're going to bring this over to the window. And we're going to show you the beams and the brightness on this. It's actually a little bright out still. A little earlier than when I usually film. So this will be a little different than usual. You can see we actually have a nice quarter moon out there today. There is your you can see how much that lights up my backyard. If you're familiar with this some of my flashlight reviews, you can see there's my kid's pool and his little slide swing there. If this lights up the whole backyard, you know, completely. This is a real 3000 lumens. See, there's your low. Not much to it. Medium, high, and that turbo, which like I said is insanely bright. Really good throw on it as well. Really can throw quite a few 100 yards. So overall, this thing has a very good amount of throw. This is a really good light for hunting, you know, search and rescue, that kind of stuff, because it is just such a bright beam with a nice hot spot. So hope you guys enjoyed.